Welcome back to Based or Cringe, and we are finally back to the most baseline strategy, all can go. The patch is finally out, and we can finally check the baseline loot if we just go into a map with all can go and nothing else. No scarabs. We do have a tree, and I have fully spec'd the tree. It looks like this. We get some Nico start, some map drops, some scarabs, some more map drops, red altars, more scarabs, bunch of scarabs. Maybe we'll find some scarabs. But if you don't have a full tree, don't have this many points, drop some altar stuff, drop some scarab drop chance. It's a pretty simple tree. We're going all can go. I have taken 60% quant or higher maps. Some of these are corrupted because I was making 8 mods earlier for another strat, and like these are the ones that were just alked and then didn't turn into an 8 mod, so everything here is just baseline all can go. No chisels. I won't put anything on map device either. I would put domination because shrines are fun, but we'll just do 8 quant and nothing else. We'll click red altars, and I have downgraded back my character to its initial like under 100 div state. I don't have a mage blood. This is not a multi-mirror character. It's just a strong strength stacker. Of course, it's not a day 2 4-link casual character, but it's not a mage blood build at least. As always, clean tabs, track the loot, track the gold, all that stuff. Let's go. I will be doing the breaches, of course, because every map has breach for free. So we're going to be breaching it up. I will do every breach. If we find the hive, we'll go down into the hive. If we find this wall encounter, we'll sprint around and do the walls. There are these little spawners, which they increase this league. You can see these purple dots on the map. That's where mobs spawn from. And if you kill the wall that blocks them, then they turn pink from purple, and then this will also spawn mobs during the encounter. I will be, full clearing this around before I click the breach. That's how I will run them. And then let's start, summon Aelith and protect. And then if we get some blood, we'll figure that out later. Okay, so we kind of just stand here and protect. And then she blows up. And then it drops a graft. And a contract that's not worth looting. I did all this protect for that? Guys, this is not looking good. This first map, but what the fuck was that? Okay, it's fine. Guys, do not conclude early. Other mechanics I will do as long as they are fast. I'm not gonna do blights. I'm not gonna do stuff that I'm not invested in, which is, most things. But if, there is a legion, I will click the legion. If there is an abyss, I will run over it. As long as it goes to the same direction I'm going, I will follow it. But I will not do betrayal, board building. I will not do, blights or any long mechanic like that. We just kind of want to go, do the breaches, clear most of the map, kill the boss, and go. Hang on. It's time for today's sponsor, boot.dev. Do you want to learn how to code in the Python and Go languages? Boot.dev has got you covered. It's an online platform that's designed to teach you the fundamentals of backend development while also being fun, as they draw inspiration from game design. It almost feels like you're playing an RPG where you complete quests and earn levels and achievements and compete for the top spots on their global leaderboards. Programmers have amazing earning potential. According to Stack Overflow, the median salary for backend developers in the US in 2023 was over $100,000. Learning to code, however, is not a get-rich-quick scheme. Boot.dev's curriculum takes some time and goes properly in-depth on both the theory and the practice. All of their content is free to read and watch in guest mode, and a paid membership unlocks the interactivity and the game that goes along with it. Click the link in the description and use my code Empyrean to get 25% off your first payment for boot.dev. That's 25% off your first month or your first year. Thanks to boot.dev for sponsoring this video. Okay, we got some scarabs and 1C and a fortress map. So we got a fortress map that pays for the entire thing, which was 50 maps. It's about 60C. So we are in the green, guys. I'm happy to report. The first map was good. Now let's see the other 49. Delimir will run over and then probably skip it after a while. Okay, and now some stuff spawns in the middle, and then the breach closes and the crazy loot explosion happens. fine. Okay. It's fine. Ah, I should have taken the Quan Shrine. That would have made it 5 whetstones. Okay, the breeze doesn't drop shit, guys. It's I guess it's all about the blood. But like all the loot comes from not the breach. It's like altars, boss. It's fine. Keep going. Do not conclude early. Alright, we're doing the breach thing. Oh my god. Okay. Infinite gumball from the red altars. Look at this. Okay, quickly mentioning my grafts. So I have 76% increased graft blood stored in one of them. I have increased chance for provisioning womb gifts, which is really bad. Both of these are useless for currency. I'm just using these because they're good for my build, for strength stacking and damage and stuff. So I'm not gaining more graft blood and I'm not gaining some super good womb gifts from them. So they're practically useless for currency gains. I'm getting about, it looks like 1k blood per map. This is my 10th map. We got 9.2k blood so far. Grandma Eldritch Ember. That's... Watch this. Holy grand slamming with currency dupe. Red altars are hard carrying the raw currency drops. And then I do the breach and we get 2C for the same time as the whole map. As of right now, that's how it feels. That's the breach loot. Yes. I'm so glad I stood here for a minute. Nameless Seer. Wait, replica Dragon Fangs. Carcass Jack and something tinged in the distance. Guys. What tinged? A puzzle box. Okay. That's our best single drop yet, I think. Map number 19, still no hives. 2 Nameless Seers. Look, it's the first hive. Why is it surrounded by walls? Guys, map number 21. We found our first hive. Feel like that's unlucky, but that's okay. Why are there walls? Okay, whatever. There are walls. Now they can only come from 4 exact directions. They get funneled into the walls. Now I kind of wish I don't get more hives. Jesus Christ, that was boring. That's okay. We're about to get rewarded for this handsomely. We clicked a couple of chests and we're out. After 24 waves, we get 3 womb gifts. 1C, 2C. What? Guys, I don't want to do more hives. And now I'm out in the map. I click 1 red altar and get 5 times as much currency. Maybe kill the boss actually. You could drop a fortress. Like I said, guys, I am almost capped on graft blood, so I have to birth my womb gifts at the Genesis tree. So I'm going to birth my mysterious womb gifts and try to generate more lavish womb gifts. And then I'm gonna birth my lavish womb gifts to try to get some random currency, which can roll up to 20 full stack 2% of the time. This is gonna be awesome. So we click this and then we birth some stuff like a Hive Brain Grand or 6 stack decks and another stack deck. And look guys, we got all this stuff. This is where the real loot is. So we got 1 more lavish. So now we can do 3 lavish birthing. And we get a chaos. And then birth another one. And we get a Foulborn Exalt. And then we birth another one. And we get the Scour. And some random shit. Okay, and now we got 5 uniques to birth. There is a belt. Keep birthing. A flask. Birth some more. I'm birthing Foulborn Whispering Eyes. 1% AoE per 20 int. That's gonna be good for the AoE project on standard. And finally, a Foulborn Consuming Dark. So the Hivebrain Gland is good, and the Foulborn Exalt is good, right? So we spent 16k Graph Blood, and we got 120 C out of it. So that is an extra divine that goes into the pile. It's really this, that's the extra value. And I think it was also, I'll put it aside, it was like 6 or 7 stack decks, Consuming Dark, this, and we go back to mapping. What an engaging mechanic, bro. I can't. And we're only at wave 15. Like there's no tower building, nothing to interact with. You're just sitting here. I mean, I guess you could press these buttons. Oh my god, that's crazy. I pressed all the buttons. Arctic Armor is chill. Oh, I saw a mob. Oh my god, the mob just ran in. That was crazy. Oh. As I finish the final map, KTS Eastern Star has been commandeered by pirates. And the final breach rewards me with 3 chance orbs. And with that, 50 maps are done. Alright, let's see what we got. This. And this. And this. Alright, how much is that? We'll be right back. We are right back. And I've sorted the stuff and I wrote down a bunch of things for pricing. That's what we got. And it's 110 maps, some T16.5s, some T17s, quite a lot of T17s actually, some Deception contracts, some special maps, 2 Replica Dragonfang, 1 from a Seer, 1 unID'd, 3 Breach Rings, 2 of which are actually good, like 12C each, and then this useless Cryonic Ring. And then 7 Fortunate cards, which is actually pretty good. I was expecting less from an All Can Go. And then this is what we got from the tree. So I have 15k blood left, but I basically just incubated all the blood stuff, or the womb stuff that I had. And this is what came out of it. Actually, not this. This came from the maps. But we got a Regal Implant, 4 Augment Implant, 1 Foulborn Aug, 1 Foulborn X, which is good. It's like 108C. And then this was a card that we found. And then 15C worth of like gumball, like some stack decks, some other stuff that I kind of converted into this 15C to put aside. So this like 130C or whatever came from the tree. That's all that came from the tree. And this Foulborn Whispering Ice, which is actually a pretty good roll. It's like 30C, maybe. Or 20, 25. I didn't price it. I'll put it here, and then we'll see what Wealthy Exile says. So let's get our good friend Windows Calculator and start adding things up. Maps, 468 for the fortresses. That's the big one. Deception contracts, special maps, rings, and that's it. And now we're about to Wealthy Exile. The currency tab, we found the puzzle box, and this tab. I have not done the Scarab tab yet, but it's so little. I don't think we got any crazy Scarabs. Actually, 2 Terrors. So I'm gonna quickly bulk selling tool the Scarab tab at 75%. Actually, yeah, 75% PoE Ninja price. Divine price currently is 110C. Went even further down. That's cool. All right, 70%. Scarab, select tab. 286C worth of Scarabs in the tab at 70% Ninja price. So for this should instantly sell. For slow sell, maybe a little more, but yeah, we'll add 286 Chaos worth of Scarabs. So we are 1000 Chaos up. However, we didn't take out our investment yet, which is 50 maps with Alchemy Orb. So that's 50C and maybe 2C on Alks. Let's say 5C on Alks, okay? So we are 1021 chaos profit without the currency tab and without this tab. So let's see how much that is. Wealthy exile time, 1C threshold, as usual. And edit tabs, we want currency and based our cringe. And stash. Go. Boom. 8.9 div is what's in here. Okay, 2.3 div of that is in the Grand Eldritch Ichors, or the Grand Eldritch Embers. 1.6 div in Chaos, 1.1 div in the Puzzle Box, 1.1 div in Fortunate cards, 59 C. Yeah, it's so hard carried by the raw C and the raw Embers, and yeah, it's basically just red altars. Chisels also, Vol Orbs, that all comes from red altars. Unmakings. Damn. Okay, that's actually more than I expected, honestly. So 8.9 div at current rates is 979 C. So we made exactly 2000 chaos profit across 50 maps. That's more than I expected, honestly. So 2000 chaos over 50 maps, that's 40 C per map profit. Damn, red altar and go. Yeah, that is more than 0. So at current rates, this is 18 divs, okay? So 18 divs over 50 maps is 0.36, a third of a divine per map profit. How long did it take to run? It took 27.5 minutes to run 10 maps, and we had a hive in there. So it's 27.5 minutes times 5. It took 137.5 minutes to run them. So that's 2.29 hours. So 18 div over 2.29 hours is 8 div per hour, 7.9 divs per hour. That is all can go. Current state, current base. You know, this is a fast character, but it's not like some Giga Mage Blood character, because I downgraded for this strat. I put some shrines, you know, on the Atlas, so sometimes you get a fast shrine, that's nice, but anyone can do that. How does this compare to last league's all can go? 12.2. We found the puzzle box last league as well in the all can go. It was probably worth less as well. You know what? That lines up perfectly with the removal of the percent loot multiplier from mercenaries. It's 33% less, and we lost increased effective mods on 3. Is the 2 big losses. The problem is we could actually make more per hour if we skipped every breach. So I have now done enough breaches, just these 50 maps, where I feel like I'm wasting my time doing breach when it comes to loot. Of course, you can maybe enjoy standing there and killing the waves of mobs, but like it's pretty boring. It's kind of like a simulacrum wave or a 5-way. You just stand there and then there's no loot explosion. Like there's barely any loot that actually comes from the breaches. The big value is the blood, and then you have to get lucky with the blood and you get either like a good currency explosion or a good unique. I didn't. I mean, I got one good thing, which was actually 1 div. Like one of these 18 divs about came from the tree. And, you know, you can get lucky and get a stack of 20 divs, or you can, you know, not get anything or get gumball, or you can just sell your lavish womb gifts. It's not here, but apparently they sell for 7C each. You know, we got a couple of those, so we could have just not gambled them and got like consistent money from it. But like, I felt like I'm making decent money, just all can going. And then there is a breach and I have to stand there and do the slow breach. And then when the breach ends, 4 chance orbs drop and 5 jeweler orbs drop. And I could have run another map. That was my feeling after the first couple of maps. That was my feeling every single breach. And then when there was a hive, I go down in the hive, I open a bunch of chests, nothing drops, and then, you know, you can get lucky, and of course you can find a headhunter or a new mage blood or whatever, but like, I'm sitting down there doing 24 waves of this breach encounter, and then I come out, and then maybe a fortress map drops. That's cool, that's big value, but generally not much drops, and I feel like I could have run 2 other maps instead. So the loot was pretty heavily carried by the red altars. So 2.3 div guaranteed came from red altars, and another 60C, so that's another half a div, so like 3 with the Vol Orbs, most of the chisels, most of the chaos, so probably about 4 to 5 divs came from red altars, just straight up raw gumball currency on the ground. So like not quite a third, but like a quarter to a third of the loot came from red altars, and only 10% maybe came from the breaches. The breach themselves don't feel like rewarding enough. Ground loot wise, absolutely not. And then of course the blood, like you can do some stuff with the tree. I'm just kind of not that big fan of the tree. I just want to play the game and, you know, kill monsters and stuff. And like sitting there and like birthing stuff on the tree and hoping that you hit like a good fracture or a good graft or, you know, a lucky currency drop. It's just not that much fun for me. But there is some value there. It's just like, you know, not really my thing. I got unlucky birth. Maybe I did. And of course, 50 map sample size is not big, but like this is a decent amount of money for putting in 0 investment. So like, yeah, it is poverty league, but your chaos have much higher buying power than before. This ratio has never been this low, this late in the league, like in the last few leagues. Like Divine is usually like 200C at this point. So like getting Divines for 110C is pretty cheap. All Can Go is based. Breach is not so based. I am not a big fan of current state of Breach, and I think I'll be skipping them in future strats unless I'm trying to specifically min-max for like some blood farming or whatever. My grafts are bad for currency, right? I went for character power, and these are very nice for prot speed per strength. I don't have like increased blood gained, and I don't have any specific increased womb gift drop thing on them. I have even a bad one actually. It drops the equipment ones, which are probably the worst ones. But yeah, I didn't min-max for any blood stuff. This was just like All Can Go and do all the breaches. And the rest of the map, the rest of the game, especially the altars, still drop some loot. But, you know, we didn't get a divine. We got a puzzle box. Honestly, more loot than I was expecting. Actually, 8 div per hour with the breaches. It's about as much as I was expecting for that. The thing is, this number can just go up if you don't do the breach. Like, as of right now, I think if I had to, like, rerun this right now with what I know now, that I don't want to do the breaches, I would just run the same thing and just skip the breaches and just do red altar and even min-max for red altars in terms of gameplay. So if you find one and it's not a good one, skip it until you find a good one, like the extra chaos or extra grand, click that first, and then you go back and click all the altars and get all the raw currency value out of it. So, and that would probably be over 10 div per hour for still 0 investment, just All Can Going. Quick update to the All Can Go stuff. Future MP here, and I forgot that we also found 2 incandescent invitations, which were 85C, and they are still 84C. So 85 times 2 over 110, I think we used. It's 1.54 divines extra. So we actually made 19.72 devs. Once again, this also came from red altars, so, you know, another extra that's only from the red altars. But yeah, that's the final number. We made 19.72 div over 2.29 hours, so it's actually 8.6 div per hour, not 7.9. So that's the update. Also, I wanted to say that I don't want to come off as too negative. If you like the tree, you know, that's cool. And if you got lucky with the tree, you get a stack of divines, or you got a mage blood or some other good item, or some really good fractures or some really good grafts, that's cool. If you like engaging with it, that's cool. I don't want to take any fun away from you. It's just not for me, and I didn't really enjoy engaging with that part of the breach mechanic. So just wanted to say that. Gold, 490k, basically 500k over 50 maps. So exactly 10k gold per map. This was a whelming All Can Go. It was not underwhelming and it was not overwhelming. It was about whelming. Thanks for watching. The next strat is gonna be juicier, I promise.